Hey friend, welcome to On the Daily. I'm your host, Danielle McCleary, and I am a quantum business coach. I'm the host of this podcast. I'm a multi-six-figure entrepreneur, co-founder and president of HypeU Media, and CEO of Danielle on the Daily Coaching. What I'm really interested in is helping you live a life and have a business that is a full body yes. So through all of my education and all of my experience, I'm bringing you 2 episodes a week where I will guide you and give you the tools necessary to scale a massive, sustainable, and sexy business using your intuition, wealth energetics, and human design. What we can call it is business biohacking. So if you're down for that, then I say let's frickin' go. I'm so glad you're here. Hello, family. Happy Tuesday. This is Danielle. I'm so glad you're here. This new rebrand has been so fun. It's been so fun to hear everybody's feedback on the new intro and this new branding and all these different things that Danielle on the Daily Coaching has been up to. It's been pretty awesome to see how everybody is enjoying it, which seems to be a lot. So that makes me happy. Okay, so quick and dirty episode today, and it's what would I do if I was trying to hit $10,000 months? The coveted $10,000 month. This is such a big moment in any entrepreneur's journey. And I feel like the first time I hit $10,000 a month, I was like, okay, now what? And, then there was like a whole slew of things that happened. But if I was trying to hit my first and consistent $10,000 months, here are the top 5 things that I would do to make that happen. Are you ready? Let's go. Number 1, if I was trying to hit consistent $10,000 months, I would be focused on my brand. I would not necessarily be focused so hard on like the busyness of my business, but instead what my brand is. I would be developing very strong brand awareness. And what I mean by that is you are your brand. Your business is an extension of your brand. So in order to get to that coveted 10K month, you really, really, really need to be thinking about, well, what is my brand? What are my brand pillars? What are the things I stand for? Who am I for? Right? Who is for me? Where is my audience? What are they doing? What are they up to? Like that is something that I would be spending most of my time on, is developing a brand and therefore developing trust in that brand. Because if you don't have trust, you don't have sales. And in order to get to a 10K month and beyond, you must have trust. So I would be a lot less focused on like how many different offers I could put out and how many different types of content I could put out, but instead just like, what does my brand stand for? And really putting out content that was developing trust and awareness of the brand I was building. So that's number 1. Number 2 is I would come up with a really solid product and offering. I would have a very simple product suite. I see a lot of entrepreneurs right out the gate try to do like masterclass and program and this and that and all these different things like all at once. And I'm not saying you can't do that. There's definitely been people who have done multiple product offerings. And I think those people have experience with growing a business or with like offerings in like already. But if you're just starting out and you're just trying to get to that like 10K threshold, you're going to want a very simple product suite. So something that your clients can literally look at and be like, okay, I know that this is what this person offers. And, if you're a coach, if you're a product-based business, whatever it is, I would just get really clear on what you're selling. And maybe that's, if you're a coach, it's like there's one program that you're going to just sell the shit out of and you're going to do it really well over and over again. And you take one-on-one clients. That's it. There's no like, I'm going to do a masterclass. I'm going to do this. Like maybe you do a free masterclass to talk about the program, or maybe you have a masterclass that leads into a program, but you're not coming up with like 1,000 different ideas off the gate, because if it's not clear, then people can't understand it. And you're going to want something that is very clear for people. So a very easy to understand, simple product suite, offering suite, if you will. Number 3 is I would start building boundaries. I would start to have boundaries now. And this is something that I didn't do before my 10K months. So it's something that I can definitely suggest doing now, because it was not sustainable without it. So start to tighten up your energy, right? Who are you giving energy to? Where are you putting your time? Where are you putting your efforts? You shouldn't really be You shouldn't really be like giving your energy away to a whole bunch of people that, are not for you or not for the business that you're building. And so really tightening up your boundaries and really getting clear on like the type of energy that you want to give is going to be really, really big. Because if you don't have boundaries, once you hit 10K months and then 15 and then 20 and then 30 and then 40 and then 50K months, 60K months, 70K months, and if you don't have boundaries, then you're not going to be able to develop bigger boundaries, which will be required at bigger levels. So start it now, and decide where you want to give your time and where you want to give your energy now, so that when you go beyond those 10K months, you actually, boundaries are seamless for you. Boundaries are just expected. Okay. And then number 4, this kind of goes with build your brand, and it also kind of goes with boundaries, but it is something different. And it's decide the life context that you want. When people start their businesses, they think that they have to like be available all the time and they have to like do it in a certain way. And then later they'll be able to go back, and they'll be able to put less time here and less time there. And they're going to be able to, do the things they want to do in a better way later on. But if you're not building your business with your life context in mind now, it's going to be almost impossible for you to do it later on when your business is bigger. So right off the bat, what kind of business do you want to run? Do you want to be available all the time? Do you want to be on calls every day? Do you want to have a product suite? Do you want to have a product-based business? Do you want to, be stuck in one place? Do you want to be able to travel? Like, do you want to be face-to-face? Do you want to do calls like Zoom calls? Do you want to do in person? How do you want to make money? Do you want it to be with like one-on-one clients? Do you want it to be passive? How many different streams of income do you want? Like, these are all questions that you should be asking yourself immediately. Because once you approach that 10K month, your business is going to start to feel busier. And if you don't have that life context decided, then it's going to be really hard for you to like establish parameters later. So kind of goes with number 1 and number 3, but it is different. And kind of like going back to number 3 about boundaries, that also kind of goes along with like in terms of like boundaries with other people too. Like time management is also part of boundaries, right? Because chances are if you're working toward a 10K month, you probably have another job. You probably have multiple other jobs, and this currently is your side hustle that you're trying to build. So really having those boundaries is going to give you time management so that you actually have the energy to devote it to building this brand, this business that you're trying to build. So it's kind of going back to boundaries. And then number five seems so silly, but it's so true, is heal your money shit. Heal your money shit. What is your money story? Because having more money is not going to heal your money story. If you grew up in a family that believes that money doesn't grow on trees, when you get that 10K months, when you're sustaining 10K months, you're now making at least $120,000 a year. That is going to only accentuate the triggers you have around money or the poor money story that you have. And so you have to start to heal some of those things. If you've always been a person who spends all your money before you can even, before it's even in your account, or if you get really nervous with money, or you always feel like the other shoe's going to fall, or if you always feel broke, or if you always feel like money should be hard to make, and so you're stressed out making money, then if you feel like you can, like, oh gosh, making money is so hard, you're probably not going to be able to sustain 10K months. And if you do hit a 10K month, it's going to feel like a fluke to you, and then it's never going to happen again. So while you're working toward that 10K month, I would definitely be doing work around my money story, and I would be discovering and uncovering why you have been poor with money in the past, or why you have always felt like the other shoe's going to fall. Start to do some work into your generational trauma and start to own your power a little bit more. And I know that you're ready for this, right? 2022 was a year of recovering and rediscovering and going within and observing. It was a huge observation year for a lot of us. And 2023 is really the year where I feel a lot of hope. I feel a lot of people wanting to finally break through some of these walls and these patterns, and they're waking up to the power of themselves. And I feel your energy. I know, like, those of you who also follow me on Instagram, and like, I feel that you're ready to step into this more luxurious version of yourself. I feel like you're ready to elevate your brand. I know that you are. We've talked about it. I've seen it. I see it all the time all over Instagram. People are elevating. And if you elevate without doing the actual healing and the actual work around a lot of these traumas, it's not going to be sustainable. This is what I'm going to be teaching in The Reckoning coming up, which is my new course that's coming out later this month. And it's called The Reckoning. It's all about coming home to yourself. It's about insatiable feminine energy and power mixed with masculine action, because it can't be one or the other. We have to have strategy, and we have to work in the energetic space of building the business that we want, and really learning to lead ourselves through the moments where we want to burn everything down, learning to lead ourselves through some really uncomfortable conversations, learning to lead ourselves through the ebbs and flows of business. This is what I'm going to teach. This is like my life's work. This is the biggest amount of work I've done in the last couple of years. And it's why I was able to build this custom home and pay for a $775,000 home by myself as a self-employed person. A lot of the work I'm going to be teaching inside of The Reckoning is why that was possible. So if you want to be part of The Reckoning, click the show notes on this episode or slide into my DMs, Danielle_on_the_daily. It's not on my website yet. I have lots of courses though, like self-led on-demand courses. And you can always go to DanielleMcCleary.com/courses to look up and see, like, I have a class on money. Like, it's called the Money Vibe Masterclass. And it's all about helping you to heal your money trauma and your money wounds. And, things that I believe are really, really powerful for building a business, especially trying to get to those 10K months that everybody wants. Once you hit a 10K month, I feel like that's when like, a lot of people are like, okay, I'm ready. I'm in business. And I have a class on that. It's just go to DanielleMcCleary.com/courses and scroll down to Money Vibe, and you can pay with a payment plan. You can pay in full, and it's lifetime access, and it's about 90 minutes, and it's like the best course for money shit. But if you want to be part of The Reckoning, currently it's only $111. That is changing very soon because I'm going to drop the branding. And by the time this course launches, it will be thousands of dollars. So to get in on it with $111, like, it's actually bananas. And so, you can click the link in the show notes, or again, come to Danielle_on_the_daily and slide into my DMs, and I can send you the link there as well. I hope this was helpful. Happy mid-January almost. I am less than 3 weeks away from closing on and moving into my house. And words are hard. Like, I feel like I look like a mess all the time, and it's just so worth it. And it's just such a culminating experience going through my body, which is something that I have worked very hard to anchor into instead of being afraid of. So I'm really grateful. And I hope that this episode was helpful. If it was, share it with somebody who needs it more than you. You can always get a discount on my programs if you go and leave a review on Apple Podcasts. So you'd go to Apple Podcasts, find our show, scroll down to the bottom and leave a 5-star rating, and then write us a review, screenshot that for me, send it to me on Instagram, and we'll give you a discount off of our programs. I love ya. Have a beautiful day. Bye.